Howdy there, Screen Freaks! If you're a filmmaker who loves making scary movies, then stick around after the show for a special announcement about a crazy contest you just gotta hear about. You won't regret it. Damn, I'm getting good with this thing. So that's meat of it, huh? You're running away from home and want to see all there is the Crosslands has to offer. Well, Padre, count me in. I've been around these parts long, but I can tell you there are some bad hombres out there, and it helps to have someone you can count on watching your back. Unlike my last partner, the fucker shot me in the face and left me dead in a ditch to cash in on my rep. Backstabbing asshole. But you got a face a fella can trust. So what do you say? Partners? Alright then! You ride with me and I guarantee a good time. Whoa, whoa! You okay there, Billy? I can't watch much more of this. It's not scary, it's just shit. Paper mache and painted laser rays. Dumbass monsters made of clay. If you want to scream, come scream with me. Scream, soup, scream, soup. If you want to scream, come scream with me. Scream, soup, screaming soup. What the hell is this supposed to be? Action, romance, or sci-fi comedy? I just don't have fucking time for this shit. Bring on the blood and show me the tits. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Scream, soup, screaming soup. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Alright, let her rip.
Come on, girl, you can do it. Just a little further.
Whoa, whoa, you're good.
I knew you could do it, Bessie.
You got more muck feeders wrapped in your axle. I got it. Peyote, how's it looking up there? That gang of bikers are still heading our way and fast. Damn it. Oh, out of there, Screen Freaks. I would say nice to see you again, but seems we're still up shit creek without even a pair of rain boots. We're trying to keep Billy out of the hands of those bikers chasing us, but my plan to lose him in the fever swamps is backfiring with us getting slowed down by every fucking flesh-hungry critter and mudhole. They're really booking it. We need to get... Maybe I need to rethink this. Good eyes, Billy. I bet we can lay low there until those fucks fly by and then we can double back.
Then y'all get going and I'll lead them away.
I don't know about this, brain basher. I mean, I know you can handle yourself, but you've never fought guys like this before.
Good. I've been looking for a challenge. Go already.
I don't think this is going to support you, Road Rash. We'll have to hoof it. No telling what's in there. You hear that? What?
Halt, trespassers!
Oh, what the fuck now?
Ye shall not pass till thou answer these 3 questions.
Is this your place or what? Because this is an emergency.
Hold thou's tongue, mongrel mutt. First, what is your quest?
To end this bullshit.
How about now, sir?
Make a break for it! You couldn't just answer the questions? I hate quizzes, so bite me! Wow! Check this place out! Write your home and garden article later and let's move! Sure is a creepy place, ain't it, Screen Freaks? I can only guess what trouble we'd run into in here. Kinda gives me that creepy feeling I felt before when watching that Kevin Smith film. Maybe you've seen it. Let me tell you all about it with a review of Tusk. The meat of this podcast, Prank Turned Human Centipede Light, is about the ironic turn of events for a podcasting dick who searches for show material in all the wrong places. After openly ridiculing a kid with legs of butter for accidentally butchering himself in what's become the newest viral video, Wallace takes cyberbullying a step further and flies to Canada unannounced to pressure the Kill Bill kid for an interview. Unfortunately, the Grim Reaper beats him to the meeting, and Wallace is left scrambling for a new Canadian to exploit, who he desperately discovers through a novel of a urinal flyer. Intrigued by a feeble man of the sea offering free room and board to anyone willing to do chores and listen to his tall tales about the high seas, Wallace ignores all the signs of stranger danger. After drowning himself in bottomless roofie tea, he wakes up less of a man and slowly puts two and two together. His deceitful host is really a senior slasher with wackadoo plans for him. Another in a long line of suckers, Wallace is told he's going to be surgically transformed into an emotional support animal as a form of therapy that'll help his homicidal host recapture moments he spent with a walrus he loved forever ago named Mr. Tusk. Are you still on board for this, Screen Freaks? Well, then grab yourself some Molson and mackerel, and let's dive into this first installment of Kevin Smith's True North trilogy of terror, eh? Throwing back the sours of the sideshow attraction, the only thing I gotta bitch about is the pointless subplot with Wallace's girlfriend Allie. So Wallace ain't your typical protagonist. He's a self-centered dick with about as much sympathy for folks as a frigid prostate exam, and cheats on his girlfriend who's been with him since before his podcast took off, but not Sea Party. Dumbest name for a show I might have ever heard that's funny enough for a stiff chuckle, but I do think it's a clever way to slow down the search for Wallace.
Yes, there are some recent pictures up on the website. It's naziparty.com. Spell it. They fucking hung up.
All these character flaws make it a little hard to root for his escape from a beanbag made of a human quilt, don't it? Well, anyway, we only see Allie and him together in O-Face flashbacks. Between the sheets to clue us in, he's even in a somewhat meaningful relationship, and I'm thinking it's all setting up some final cinematic moment of redemption for Wallace. But no! His floozy flings on the side just send this girl crying into the eager arms of his co-star, and Wallace, he never even has a chance to express his regret for the treatment of Allie, much less ask for her forgiveness, because by the time she finds him with the help of Johnny Depp playing a slider, scarf, and inspector, he's done snapped and gone, now are you ready for this? Full walrus! Okay, there might be a sliver of redemption and some sad walrus eyes speaking louder than words with busted waterworks at the side of this gal, but this could just be from shame of what he's become. So even with him becoming a whacked out walrus, Wallace essentially ends the movie as the same asshole he starts out as, and his friends are shocked and sad to find him this way, but their distaste for him as a person doesn't change. Given the cheating backstory has no consequence in how the movie ends, I would just nix it all together. By not making Wallace a cheater, he reclaims some redeeming qualities seen through Allie's testament to his character in the flashbacks. It makes us care about him more as a character versus a person who's simply being mutilated. Looking for any drag clocked in the piston timer? We kinda do, kinda don't. Every scene has a purpose that serves a story without giving you narcolepsy, but some scenes are a little long-winded. Case in point, Johnny's introduction as Guy LaPointe would just milk to the last tender drop. Not exactly boring, especially with the flashback inserted of him and Michael Parks chewing a scene together over potty hole spiders and poutine weenies, but my attention keeps resetting, and I can't believe we haven't changed scenes yet. But it's not time-wasting filler like most piston time is, so I'm not gonna penalize it for that. As far as bogus scares are concerned, not a one in sight. I'm pretty sure I heard them drive by already, Deadwest. Let's check out of here. Well, no problem there, Peyote. I think we came this way. Well, that can't be right. My nose says this way. You're taking us in the wrong direction. No, I ain't. Well, how do you know? I've been following these red markings on the wall. That's fresh blood. Whoops. Sounds like we caught up to whatever's been trailing it too.
Die! I'll get you this time, you bastards!
He's not gonna turn into a were-coyote now, is he? Nah, I grabbed him by his straitjacket. Well, simmer down there, partner.
Do it already, bloody bones! You tortured me this long? Now put me out of my misery and let me out of this hellhole!
Okay. Wait, we haven't been torturing you.
Another one of your tricks, rawhead?
Who? Look, we're hiding in here from a gang that's after our friend. Who are you?
You mean you're not out to swallow my mind?
Putrid polecats.
Got to keep my energy up. Not easy when this is the only edible thing around here.
How long have you been here?
I can't remember the last time I saw moonlight. 2 months? Maybe more. I woke up in a rubber room with this thing stuck to my face. It makes me see things. Horrible things. Makes it harder to fight off woolly boogers called rawhide and bloody bones. I think they're trying to drive me crazy. Scared, so I taste better for them to eat.
Come on, Peyote, this guy's a few wads shorter of a full teepee roll. We can't help us get out of here.
Name is Vince, and I'm your best hope for getting out of here.
You just said you've been stuck here this whole time.
That's right, but I didn't have your help. My knowledge and your skills could be all it takes now to escape.
Then let's get to it! While we put our heads together, why don't we get back to our review screen freaks and talk about the sweets of Tusk? Shouldn't come as any surprise at this point in the review, but the sweets for me in this crazy movie are Wallace and Howard. Now, I won't go as far as saying that they have undeniable chemistry or anything like that, but Justin Long and Michael Parks really bring their A game and turn this absurd idea into something that grips me. Wallace ain't the most likable fellow worth rooting for, but you can't help but imagine yourself in his butcher position. Especially Long's flawless portrayal of fear he's been mastering since Jeepers Creepers. I mean, tarnations, can you even fathom the terrifying thought of waking up to being mutilated and trapped inside a blubber suit of other people's skin with your tongue ripped out and some geezer whipping you like a circus seal? Damn! And Michael Parks ain't no stranger to playing a bad guy or even a horror villain for that matter. Working with Kevin Smith again after playing the sinner-killing cult leader in Red State, Parks comes back with an all-new angle for delivered scares, and Smith's script makes it a performance to remember. Aside from cutting Wallace's legs off, sewing his arms to his sides, and screwing his own femurs to his face for Tusk, Howard is incredibly creepy for just being this manipulative fucker who enjoys messing with people. It's one thing to throw folks off with him acting crippled or stupid to lower their defenses or suspicions, but it's something else when he's needlessly carrying on his charade like he does with Wallace. Howard knocks him out easy enough and can keep him seduced till he returns him full-blown walrus, but instead, he wakes him up just to amuse himself with Wallace's confusion and paranoia with a flimsy story about losing his leg to a poisonous spider bite. And even when Wallace finally realizes he's in a knockoff of Misery, Howard just antagonizes the poor guy for even more amusement till he clobbers him with walrus dick bones and begins the final phase of Wallace's transformation into his long-lost friend, Mr. Tusk. See, Howard's motivation for all of this is he was shipwrecked at sea when he was younger and was rescued by a walrus he named Mr. Tusk. They happily survived on a deserted island for 6 months before hunger got the better of Howard, compelling him to turn the sea cow into seafood. A lifetime later, Howard still regrets killing the most fulfilling friendship he's ever known and has been annually butchering folks for decades to relive his time with Mr. Tusk and give him the fair fight he was denied when he originally ate him. Sounds pretty outlandish, I know, but Kevin Smith makes sure to slip in some backstory for what can make someone this fucked up. In a scene that could be compared to David Carradine's magnetic monologue in Kill Bill Volume 2, Parks effortlessly shares Howard's descriptive history full of dead parents and his escape from an insane asylum orphanage where everybody in town took turns raping and beating the youngins. Works for me. And what's a villain without his enemy? Moby Dick's got Ahab, Michael's got Loomis, and Howard's got Johnny Depp's favorite new character to play, Guy Lapointe. The comic relief of this flick, Guy's been following Howard's trail of butcher bodies for years and finally catches a break when Wallace's friends are recommended to him by the police. Now, is he that funny? Yeah, but he's only memorable because he's Johnny Depp. If this part were played by anybody else, I probably wouldn't waste my time jabbering about it. Curious to see what the kill count is, Tusk stats up a total of 1 body. Given the story's only about 2 guys really, you can't be too upset with such a low body count, but let's beef it up a little and say 2 bodies when Wallace gets a peek at his possible future with the sight of another sucker's bloated walrus corpse. And since we're at the end here, I gotta get something off my chest about this flick that made me madder than a wifeless wife beater. Wallace is finally found by his friends and Johnny, but not exactly rescued, which I think is the biggest finish line fuck up that cost this flick a lot of points with me. If you found your loved one raving mad in a walrus suit, your first instinct would be, get them out of it! But no, not the case here. Instead, we go for a half-hearted Tales from the Crypt Freaks kind of ending and reel in Wallace's tragic tale with them being visited in some sad Canadian zoo a year later, still in the fucking suit. What the fuck? Did his friends hate him that much or want to be together so badly they secretly dumped his fish-farting ass in the shithole? Or was he seen by quack Canadian doctors who thought he's so mentally fucked they figured he'd be happier as a roadside attraction for the public? This doesn't make any damn sense to me. I mean, they have all of Howard's notes for reversing the surgery to the extent of him being a howling mad cripple with a fucked up face at least. And then there's the most important question I know y'all are going to say I'm going way overboard with, but I'm going for it anyway. How the hell is Wallace even going to the bathroom? Has he just been flip-flopping in a giant colostomy bag this whole time while his ingrown fingernails work back into his forearms and his hair fuses into the sweaty sores on his backside? Oh yeah, he's much better off. Putrid polecast. I shouldn't get this worked up, but this movie's credibility as a serious horror takes such an unexpected nosedive here. Now when it comes to any tits being in this thing, Kevin Smith continues to be a buzzkill in the skin department and substitutes Parks' pale ass for any eye candy. What happened, Kevin? You blow your nudie quota filming Zack and Miri make a porno? Come on, partner. Well, you know the drill, screen freaks. Billy, let's do the ingredients of this cold one and see what it rates. Disturbingly original, Kevin Smith gives us a torture porn flick with unexpected death from Howard's motivation to Wallace's emotional and mental breakdown as he succumbs to this dark film's insanity. I'd recommend Tusk to folks looking for fun new ways to fight in their inflatable sumo costumes, gutter brains who ever wondered why we refer to dicks as boners, and anyone who ever wondered what happened to the Sixth Sense kid after he sank to the bottom of the ocean in AI. But what do I know? I like Killer Tomato movies.
Screw you and your dead ends, woolly boogers!
Something's coming, guys. This is the way out or not, Vince?
You tell me, Curious West.
I'll be a cat slung over a sad dog lady's grave, a portal! Where's it go?
Where butterflies dare!
Whatever. Come on, Billy.
Where you going? Didn't you hear the dinner bell?
Let the ghost go, fuckwits!
Or what? You gonna shoot us? Where's the ghost?
I'm free! I had it! I'm away! I'm free! Let me go! Stop!
Keep it open, Peyote! Like I don't know that?
Close that elevator or Billy Goat Gruff here gets it!
I'm sorry, Billy. Well, go on and do it then, you wall socket jerk-off! No! What are you doing?
His funeral! Huh? Son of a bitch!
Iron-toed boots for kicking operational asses like yours. Help me! I can't hold this much longer. Oh, look at him, Billy. It's a goner for sure. We'll see you on the other side, Scream Freaks. Your death will be Howdy there, Scream Freaks. Ever made a horror film you wish could be reviewed by the web's #1 animated horror host show? Well, prepare to catch your jawbone, because here's your chance. From now until August 20th, 2018, we're holding a contest for up-and-coming fear makers to have their original flicks nuked on Screaming Suit this Halloween called the Scream Freak Film Contest. Am I coming in loud and clear here? I said y'all can submit your own scary movies to us, and 3 lucky Cinemaniacs will have their films handpicked and reviewed by yours truly while on one of my wild Weird West adventures. Jumping jack-o'-lanterns, right? And we ain't picky. Creature features, slashers, erotic ET mutants, whatever you got that fits the bill for horrific entertainment, shoot it our way, but make sure it meets these requirements before you do. Your horror flick's gotta be all original from its concept to its music. Save your Friday the 13th fan film for your Jason cosplay club. We need enough to talk about, so your film's gotta be at least 50 minutes long. And don't even think about pulling a fast one on us with buckets of piston time, because that cop-out won't fly. You gotta have thick skin for any criticisms we have of your film, so we don't need no short-fused crybabies who can't take constructive joking, okay? And most importantly, number 4, your flick has gotta be available to the public somehow. No point in us yapping about a flick no one can ever watch, so either have DVDs ready for sale on a site, digital downloads available for purchase through a streaming service, or at least have it published on YouTube for everybody to enjoy. There's a lot more to this exciting contest, but instead of getting into the weeds with all the details, just follow the link in the description below. You can read all the nitty-gritty rules and requirements, and even get some valuable pointers for what we're looking for in a winning horror flick. See you later, Scream Freaks, and good luck! Well, howdy there, Scream Freaks. Well, thank you kindly for watching, and help yourself to more servings of Screaming Suit by visiting our site at screamingsuit.com. You can read our weekly updates, character bios, and interviews, catch up on past episodes, browse our store, and drool over the howling hottie of the week. If you want to scream at us, just holler at screamingsoup@gmail.com, and don't forget to stalk us through social media, conveniently linked at the top of the site.